Hey guys, I'm back. I have a different video for you all today. For a while now, I've been trying my hand at making GFXs, and I like to think I'm quite good at them. My friends say I am anyway. And I wanted to do a sort of half tutorial, half speed edit for you all. I started out by using basic Roblox models, but recently, I've been using rigs, and I really like how they look. I did also try to make one with a more mobile-friendly method, but I'm not that happy with it. You can see where my background remover didn't work, and I don't like the way it looks without gloss, but I think it's otherwise fine. There's also a big difference between my older GFXs and my new ones, that being what I call the shattered bone effect. If we look at two renders I have made, you can clearly tell which one uses a rig and which doesn't. A nice smooth limb versus, "Ma'am, is your elbow okay? Do you need a hospital?" While there's nothing inherently wrong with not using a rig, I get it, they are so much more complicated and take so much longer. Now that I've learned how to use them, I just prefer it. They look nicer. Maybe I will make a tutorial on non-rig GFXs someday, but for now, let's begin. This is my friend Jen. I've made a few GFXs for her before, both for free, because I needed the practice, and because I don't know how to price my GFXs yet, so now I'm going to use one of her friends. Oh, what about this person? Never mind. They have leg UGC. No matter what I do, or whether or not I use a rig, things like leg and arm warmers never work. Such a pain. What about this person? Perfect. Simple avatars are good. Let's copy and paste their username. Now we go to Roblox Studio. I have a game called Model Studio where I can import avatars. This one is from the last GFX I made. You'll see it later. Let's delete it now that I don't need it. Time to load the new one. I didn't realize until editing. You can't see anything that I do that isn't in the main tab. Oops. The plugin I use is called Load Character by Flicterlinked, and I loaded the avatar in R6, as otherwise the textures won't work with the rig. I find that Already Pro's plugin doesn't work for me, so I'll leave a link to this one in the description. I then export the model as an OBJ into an empty folder. By keeping the folder empty, I stay organized and don't get textures mixed up. Anyway, Blender. First, I import a rig of the Roblox woman body. I'll leave a link to these in the description, as well as a link to Blender Lightroom, which is how I get the lighting for my GFXs. This button here makes the textures show without having to render everything. Anyway, clicking on the face allowed me to open up this menu. From here, I can change the texture of the rig, as well as the face. You can download all of the classic faces when you download the rigs. Okay, now what we do is import the model that we exported from Roblox Studio. When you go to import a model, it's important that you tick this box, so that you can delete the body parts and only have the accessories. That can then be moved onto the rig. One thing that I like to do is rename the handles to whatever accessory they are. Just helps to keep things organized IMO. I noticed that the onigiri was lower down on the actual avatar, so I moved it. I also moved the hair and the chain. Then, it was time for poses. I have this big Pinterest board of pose references, and I eventually chose this pose. And now we get to the long part of actually posing the rig. I don't have much to say here. I was just tabbing out to the image every so often. Enjoy this little time lapse. One thing that I didn't record apparently is boning the accessories to the rig. Essentially what it does is attaches the accessories to one of the movement points on the rig. In my case, attaching the hair, necklace, chain and onigiri to the bottom neck point. You click the gear icon, then change object mode to pose mode. Then control-click on the accessories and the point you want to connect them to. Then press Ctrl+P and click bone. And that's done. Next is to change the lighting. I moved the lights closer into the rig so they were a lot brighter, and rotated them to get a different angle. And now I'm going to move the camera. I did want the full body to be in view, but I find that torso-up GFXs look the best. I changed the color of the lights to light pink and light blue. The avatar has fairly neutral colors, black and white, as well as very similar colors. Black lighting is quite hard to do, so I went for something to match the background of the GFX instead. Here I decided to add a glossy effect. You do this by turning down the roughness or turning up the metallic on each accessory. I had a problem with mine where changing one would change them all, and I think it might be because I connected them to the neck point at the same time, or just that I connected them before I made them metallic. Don't quote me on that though, I could be wrong. I am still learning. I was happy with the accessories, so I made the body glossy as well. I tried to keep the gloss on the onigiri to a minimum so it didn't look weird, but that meant everything else was also not as glossy. And here's the final render. Editing time. Look, there's that avatar from before. Here's our little render. Let's make it a bit bigger. I get all my backgrounds from Pinterest. You can either search for Roblox GFX background to get ones like these, or color/noun aesthetic background to get ones like these. My watermark is always the top layer. While it is fairly transparent, I don't want it to be hidden. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. I decided I wanted to add some song lyrics. I've made a few GFXs with song lyrics in the past. Coincidentally, both were TV Girl lyrics, so I decided to go for a different artist. This song is She Wants Me to Be Loved by my current favorite band, The Happy Fits. It's not my favorite song though. That honor goes to Do Your Worst, or Dirty Imbecile, or Cold Turkey, or Too Late. Basically, I really like this band. I got to see them perform live recently, and I'm so mad I didn't get any merch. Whatever though, go stream The Happy Fits. And that's it. Here's the final GFX. In total, unedited, this GFX took me about half an hour. The longest part of it was obviously making the final GFX, though the Blender stuff also took quite a while. And editing this also took forever. If you want me to make a tutorial on mobile-friendly or non-rig GFXs, then let me know. But that's all I have for today. Bye.